somewhere in this region of the world. This snake's about to jump from 90 feet up in a tree. Not because it's suicidal, but because it can fly. That's definitely proof that even snakes get tired of ground traffic. Oh, by the way, that snake is your mom, and there she goes. Grain. You've picked quite the moment to hatch, just in time to witness her one-way flight to a permanent child-free vacation. You're now on your own with your siblings with absolutely no instruction for what comes next. I hate to tell you this since you can't even crawl right, but your first flying lesson starts right now. And by lesson, I mean one flight attempt where it's a race between your instincts and gravity, and second place is not an option. Your siblings volunteer as test pilots. They're going to demonstrate how it's done. Okay, maybe not him. That's one way to meet the ground. Well, I guess being born with the ability to fly doesn't mean being born with the ability to land. This sibling appears to have mastered the basics. Well, here goes nothing. Might as well follow him to that branch. That's a proper J-shape hang, meant to be your launch position, not just a dramatic pose for your last selfie. And? Wow. It's your turn now. Your muscles tense up for your first diving competition, except the pool's about 90 feet of pure air and your only safety net is, well, there isn't one. No pressure, but those dots circling above are eagles, and they're not exactly here to welcome you to the neighborhood. Apparently this wasn't challenging enough already. Mother Nature really has a sense of humor today. Well, YOLO. Look at that. Those spreading ribs of yours just turned you into a living pancake, doubling your body size. You're doing this slick S-shaped dance through the air. Not because you're panicking. Okay, maybe a little, but... Oof, that was close. As I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted, those side-to-side movements aren't just for dodging your responsibilities. You're basically swimming through the air to keep your stability and precisely change direction to dodge predators and obstacles. Physics is wild. Your body instinctively starts to slow down as you approach your target branch. Good thing, because this landing needs to be more calculated than a pro chess move. Except checkmate here means death. Congratulations, you didn't die. So far. But let's rewind about 20 million years to see how we got here. Your great-great times a million grandparents weren't exactly the aerial acrobats you are today. Back then, life was simple. Climb trees, eat stuff, try not to become stuff that gets eaten. When they needed to move between trees, they had two options. Take the long way around or experience the excitement of falling and see what happens. The ground wasn't any friendlier back then. Monitor lizards have been running the same all-you-can-eat buffet for millions of years. At some point, some of your ancestors got creative during their falls. Most of the time it didn't work, but sometimes they got results. The ones who figured out this trick had a slightly better chance of not becoming lunch, and that's where your genes were starting to take notes. Fast forward through a few million years of trial and error, and your ancestors' ribs started spreading wider, and their scales got more flexible, and their bodies learned that sweet S-shaped wiggle. Somewhere between 10 and 5 million years ago, these evolutionary happy accidents became the family business. Those who couldn't spread their ribs got their branch of the family tree pruned, while the ones who mastered the art of not dying kept passing